So, a quick recap. Basically, you guys decided to escort the children from the orphanage and then have Nerissa, escort the children back to the estate that was given to you by the elder, only to be ambushed by Mr. Hadran's thugs, basically. And half of the party almost died, but luckily survived that initial ambush attack. So, with that being said, Gnarr and Saul decided to take the bodies, or the unconscious bodies of the thugs that work with Mr. Hadran to have them interrogated, basically. And while Yenret, Nerissa escorted the children back to the estate. Erwin have an interesting sight as he watched his former client, his employer, get stabbed by a more powerful person than his employer, which is Mr. Nicholson, a very wealthy merchant lord. With that being said, it is currently 7 p.m. in the evening. Saul and Gnarr, you have helped finish tying up the two thugs, both human. One has a scrappy black hair with a beard, somewhere in his 40s. And the other one is a young man, also human, probably in his 20s. You guys have tied them up with the rope you have, in a stool wooden chair. While, the elder has contacted or have requested his servant boy to contact the city watch or city guards. And now they're currently waiting outside his office to be arrested after you're done interrogating him. So, I'm gonna start with Saul and Gnarr. What do you guys do as the thugs are completely awake at this point? They're both conscious. And the elder is just kneeling in his stable looking at these two guys.
Well, so I asked the elder, it's like, do you want us to interrogate them or do you want to have the first questions?
The elder thinks for a moment and say, you know what? Maybe I have, how do I say this? Another way to interrogate people. Usually, something tells me they're not gonna talk easily. And then you hear the scrappy 40-year-old man that is tied up and says, "You bet we're not. We'd rather have that giant orchestra of a man kill us rather than talk." And then the young man is more scared. The 20-year-old, mid-20s-year-old young man is scared and says, "Look at you guys," and said, "Hey man, we're just hired mercenaries, okay? We know nothing. Basically, just let us go. We just got paid. That's all. We're only doing what we're ordered to do, man." So, what do you guys do?
Well, so I go over to Saul and I say, "So, how do you think we should go about this? I could be making scary. If the elder handle this the way he wants to."
Saul's just standing there tapping his foot a bit, and he's just like, "I'm not much one for interrogating. I don't really know much how to do it, but if you can be scary, I could attempt to befriend them. I'm not the best at it. Unless you think you can be more friendly and I can just terrify them with electricity as I just, send sparks out of my hand.
And then
I don't necessarily need to be scary if I have magic. Magic is the great equalizer of men, after all."
As you say that, the 40-year-old man, the scrappy man, looks at you and says, "I don't even care if you kill me to death. You'll get nothing from us." The other one is persistent, basically. And then you see the elder grab a stone, grows to his table in his office. You see him grab a smooth stone with carvings around the stone, and there are purple glowing runes. and he begins to talk to it. You hear him say, "Trisvana, it's me. I need your help. Come to my office. We might need you to talk to some people. I'll be waiting." And he just, puts it back. With that being said, I'm gonna go, one moment, to our new character, which is Sheena. Sheena? So, basically, Sheena, you're inside the academy. Inside the city walls, or should I say in the city. You're currently in your room, which is provided by funded by the provided and funded by the academy. And technically, you're currently reading through your spell books, and at the same time, from time to time, you're trying to meditate, trying to learn trying to control that energy. And it is currently evening, around past 7 at this point, and you just finished eating dinner. While you're busy reading through your spell book, you hear a knock on your door. Basically, what do you do?
Okay, so I cautiously open the door. Just a little bit open, just to see who's there.
Okay, so
and I see who.
So yeah, as you do see another student from the academy,
Okay.
a half-elf girl with curly brown hair, wearing the same wizard robes as you have. And she looks at you and says, "Mistress Vanna is expecting you to go to her office. Maybe it's best if you go there immediately. She told me to have you called." She's just looking and
Okay.
waiting for a response.
Did she say what for?
You're at the same floor as Mistress Vanna's, basically.
Okay.
So it's
And-
on the other side of the hallway, basically, of your rooms.
Okay, so I asked the half-elf girl, what was her name again?
The half-elf girl, you know that her name is... Let me just see if her name is Tori, basically.
Okay. All right, so
Tori.
Tori, do you know why I'm being asked down there?
She gives you a shrug and says that she just told me that she wants to see you, and that's all. I will also put the chat of the student's name, just for reference if you want to know her name.
I just
So
went ahead and wrote her down. So
Yeah.
got it. Okay. All right, so I close my book, store it, and I walk out the door and follow Tori down the hall
Okay,
to
so okay.
to the professor. Okay.
Okay, so you two go to, she escorts you to Miss Trisvana's office, and you know that Trisvana is your mentor, one of the teachers that taught you how to use magic and how to control them, basically. You guys walk to this hallway. It is currently night. There are no more students. Most of the students here are either asleep or in their rooms, and it's quiet. And the only thing that is dimming from this hallway is candles and torches on the side of the what you call this academy, basically, or this hallway. As you guys reach the end of the hallway, you see this purplish brown doors with gold trim on the sides, and Tori opens the door. She opens the door, and then you see an office with books that surrounds the walls, basically, and a table in the middle. And there, reading a bunch of paperwork, is Trisvana. And with that being said, to give you a quick reference, this is what you see. Let me just... One moment as I do stuff. Window. You see this girl.
Okay.
So you see what appears to be some sort of elf, a night elf, pinkish, what you call purplish light skin. Her eyes are just pure white hair, wearing this beautiful, what you call light purplish with hints of red gown, and then she has some sort of belt that has this purple gems in it that glows from time to time, and she's just currently reading paperworks as she wait one moment as I close this and okay. So as what you call, she's just reading paper and she notices and sees you come in and says, "Ah, Sheena, you're here. Excellent. Please come inside." And then she looks at Tori and says, "Thank you, Tori. That will be all for tonight." And then Tori just nods and closes the door behind you, Sheena, as what you call, she gestures you, what you call, Trisvana, your mentor, gestures you to come any closer. She's fixing and preparing things, basically.
Okay, so I ask if I should sit down or stay standing. She's mentor, so I'm not going to broach like we're equals. So I'm going to ask, may I have a seat, or wait for her to offer me a seat?
Okay, so as you ask that, she goes, "No need to sit, darling. We'll be going somewhere very soon." And then she starts to stand up as well, what you call, compile a bunch of paperworks, and then you see her grab a staff, which is leaning next to the wall behind her, and says, Maybe it's time, it's time for you to do a little training outside the academy walls. What do you think about that?" She looks at you with a smile.
Then I ask, what else should I bring besides my spell book?
Well, that's up to you, darling. Whatever you think might need. I'll wait for you here if you want to go back to your room. She gives you another smile.
Got you. So I go back to my room and I equip myself with my dagger and my the equipment that I have, the quarterstaff, and I bring my own staff and put a couple darts in my pocket. Yep.
Okay, so as you head... Okay. Go on. So as you head back...
Yeah.
As
I was going to ask.
Okay, so as you head back, as you try to head back, you see Trisvana now locking her room with her keys, and then she escorts you outside the academy. It's been a while since you left the academy walls, considering you have this feeling of fear in you, as you know that you have something different that you're afraid that might cause trouble or danger to others. She escorts you to outside the academy walls. You see a statue, basically, a statue of what you call made of dark stone statue of the founder of the school, which is forgot her name. His name. One moment. His name is Elisar. I'm gonna put it in the chat as well, just in case, so you can see it. So that's the founder of the academy. It's Elisar Ray Salem, the founder of the academy, and he's the one who actually created the academy, founded it, and he's very well known for his magic, considering he was one of the people that served the war, which is the calamity, several years ago, hundreds of years ago, and he is an elf man. And he is very well known for his motto, which is, with your magic, build, but never destroy. So I'm gonna put that, just in case, in chat as well. There you go. With magic, build, but never destroy. So you see, waiting for you outside is a cart, a wooden cart, and on the cart, alongside it, is a gnome, basically. as you and your mentor approach this carriage, and you hear this gnomish man approach you guys and says, "Oh, Miss Trisvana, you're here. I believe we're going somewhere, right?" And then Trisvana says and replies back, "Yes, Erman. I'm gonna put that name again for reference, so in case you wanna know who that guy is, that's his name." So this Trisvana replies to Erman and says, "Yes, Erman, we're going to the elder's office, if you don't mind." "Oh, of course. Yes, Miss Trisvana." And he opens the door. You two get in. He closes the door, rides in the cart, and then you hear him say, "Hiya!" And then the cart leap. You see the horses leaps as the cart begins to leave the safety of the city walls. You begin to see the city during nighttime, as you rarely see because you spend most of your life at the academy. As you see buildings with a few lights in them, you see what you call lantern posts or light posts that has gemstones attached to them that emanates and provides lights in the dark, dim streets of the city. And you see few people passing by, considering it's already late at this time. And as you begin to continue going to your destination, in case you want to say something to your mentor, that's up to you. Do you want to say something?
Of course.
Okay.
Where are we going?
You see her. She's just looking in the window, and she looks at you and says, with a smile, and says, "To a friend. He needs my help apparently, and maybe you could be useful to him as well." And she just looks back to a window. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, but I would probably have tentative feelings because it's my first time out of the city. I'm looking at things that I'm not familiar with, so I feel a little bit apprehensive, and just kind of focus on the spells in my head just to keep my mind occupied as I sit there quietly wait till we get there.
Okay, so as you do that, she begins to look at you and says, "Something seems to be bothering you, my dear."
Well, for this to be so urgent and us leaving in the middle of the night, I can't help but feel that there's something that you're not telling me.
Well, sometimes there are things that you need to learn on your own. Even I myself don't know everything, my dear. I only teach you what I know. And if it's fear that you're worried about, there is nothing to be afraid of. Remember, people will only judge you if you give them a reason to judge you. Sometimes what you have could be something special, and people might take that the wrong way considering you're different. Trust me, my dear, I've been there. I myself is different. But unlike you, I have learned to embrace myself. Learn to get used to it, and use that as my advantage. And she gives you a smile as she looks back to the window.
Okay. Well, then I'll relax a little bit, just having a little bit more comfort that she's with me, and take into consideration that if she didn't think I couldn't handle it, she wouldn't have brought me with her.
Okay, so as you are trying to focus on your spell book, and you guys suddenly stop in in the middle of the city, in the middle of the night. You see this building made of sandstone that has two flags attached to it. One is what you believe to be the flag of the city or the capital, which is a dragon's head painted in red with a circle surrounding it. And the other one, what appears to be what you believe to be the symbol for the continent. Also, waiting outside this place is another cart, but this is more blocky and more secured than the cart that you're currently riding. and the windows have bars, iron metal bars around it, as if it is some sort of cage, basically. And talking outside this building are 3 city guards wearing armor, red capes, and have swords on their belts, basically. As one of them approach the cart, and you see Erman, the driver, talks to the city guards and says, we're here for official business by the elder. And the city guard looks at this snowman and says, business. Well, he is currently busy at the moment. I'm not sure if you're allowed to come in. We got a bit of a predicament situation that needs to be resolved. And you see your mentor, Trisvana, looks out the window and says, it's fine. We're here on official business. The elder officially requested us. As Erman goes down the cart, opens the door, and waits for you guys to leave or come down the cart, basically. As the city guard nods and says, yes, I see. Well then, we'll wait here, I guess. And then they just continue chatting, waiting outside of this building. And Trisvana looks at you, Sheena, and says, come, let us go. As you guys proceed inside this sandstone building, you see your mentor knocks at the door. As the door slightly opens, you see a young boy wearing white robes, probably in his what you call late teens, most likely. And he looks at you and looks both of you and says, yes. And your mentor says, Elder Adro, he requested for us. And then the boy just nods and says, yes, from the academy. And then he opens the door as this young teenage boy escorts you up to this so-called building. You go a bunch of stairs, and then he escorts you to a double what you call twin doors, wooden twin doors. As when the young boy opens the door, you begin to see a group of people, intriguing people. The first thing that catches your eye is let me just do this. The first thing that cuts your eye is basically an interesting sight, as you see a giant in the middle of the room is this guy.
You think it would be Gnarr?
Well, yeah, he sees 2 giant figures, basically. But in the middle of the room, as he opens the door, you see a giant tortoise with lime green skin, very old. You see cracks on its shell, soggy skin, and he looks both of you with a smile. You also see, I don't have the picture of the character sheets, but Gnarr, I want you to describe your character, basically, as you see this.
So you'll see, it's an interesting sight, because first it registers half orc, but that also sees tiefling features on him, notably horns and no pupils.
Okay.
Stands about 6'4", very muscular. Currently cleaning off his wounds and trying to put his jacket back on. And he's talking next to a human mage.
Okay, with that being said, Saul, describe your character.
The next character I guess you'd notice would be very plain and average looking human mage. He stands around 5'9". He seems pretty heavy for 5'9", around like 190 pounds. Brown hair, brown eyes, tan skin. Nothing about him seems exceptional other than having both a holy symbol and a spell book on his component pouch belt.
Mm-hmm. Also, Sheena, you also notice in the other side of the room there are 2 guys that looks like they've been beaten up, tied in a wooden stool chair, tied with a rope. One of them looks like he came out of a freezer. as there are ice flakes still popping out of his face and his clothes. The other one looks like he got punched in the face real hard, as he has a broken nose and he is bleeding by it. Looks like they went in a battle and did not win said battle. And this tortoise man, this giant tortoise looking at you says, Trisvana, you're here. Excellent, excellent. And I see you brought a student. And Trisvana gestures to you and with that being said, Saul and Sheena, I want you to describe your character as you see it, as everyone sees this.
Okay, so my character, I couldn't find anything similar to it, but she doesn't know, but she's descended from the silver draconic ancestry, and she has metallic looking scales. They're black with white edges on some of them and white with black edges, and patches of silver are all up near her joints. So her snout, her elbows, her knees are all silver. And she's 6'8", and she's about 260 pounds.
Okay.
She's carrying a quarter staff. She's got her spell book. She's got a dagger and some darts that she's pretty proficient at, because she studied with her school of magic people. But she's very comfortable around people of magic. So I feel that seeing the human mage would make her less tense because she sees an ally in Saul. Not quite sure about Gnarr, because though he seems very the way you described him, like capable, but of course looking at the guys, it's kind of one of those, all right, he's probably the one that's doing all this physical damage, I don't know. So just to kind of be a little defensive or cautious around him. And then I would probably look at them quizzically, like, what's going on? Like, without words, just that look like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah, you can tell that there is a mess, basically. Yeah.
Could we reply to her inquisitive look?
Yeah. You guys have a stare off. Basically.
Saul is also like...
the,
what's up? Sorry about
I said I give her the... Anybody watch WWE?
No.
I give her the rock eyebrow. I give her the rock eyebrow. It's like,
Okay.
Saul just says,
I know what
"Pardon."
you're talking about.
Saul just says, "Pardon me," while he's just also trying to dress his wounds. He's just like, these two individuals tried to liberate us from this mortal coil. My bigger friend here took most of the damage. As you can see, he's repairing sizable chunks of his flesh. I only took a scimitar to the chest. My good man Gnarr here lost. I don't know. Gnarr, I don't understand how you're still standing. Gnarr, there's still a chunk of your shoulder. Gnarr, what are you doing?
I'm good. I just need a bath and a book and some rest, and I'll be all right.
I don't understand Gnarr, but okay. I don't understand.
So as that happens, the elder looks at both of you, Trisvana and Sheena, and then says, well, basically I told them to resolve things peacefully, and they resorted to something else, which is why we're all here. And gives the smile.
Hey, we were attacked this time, Elder. That was not our fault. We did not escalate it this time.
And it was self-defense. They were all by themselves and defenseless.
And
we
then,
were actually this time we were just enjoying tea, and suddenly we heard crossbow bolts.
Yeah, and then you see the elder says, nods and says, yes, self-defense. By self-defense, they literally punch a noble in the face and then claim it was self-defense. And Trisvana,
he dropped coins. I helped him pick them up.
Trisvana, you see, you also see, by the way, this purplish skin elf, which looks weird, but she looks more unique based on her features. Just like you, Gnarr, this elf has white eyes, no pupils, just pure white, and has
Mine are yellow, but okay.
Yeah, but his is white, but doesn't have pupils as well, and has pointy ears, white flowy hair, and then this silk dress, basically. What also appears to be holding some sort of spell book and a staff on her side, and says, "Oh, interesting. It's weird. It's crazy what type of people you deal with, Adro. Trust me, I have to deal with this every day." And then, Trisvana mentions and replies, "So, you coalesce. What do you need?" The elder points at the two people and says, "They need talking. Do you mind convincing them a little? Maybe trying to know what they're thinking? That could help." And then the teenage man, you see Sheena, Gnarr, and Saul. You see the 25-year-old man, or one of the tied man says, "What is she gonna do to us? We know nothing. I swear, we're just hired thugs. Please." And then the other guy says, "We're not gonna tell them anything. I would rather have that orcish man kill me right now." And then your mentor, Sheena, says, "Interesting. This is gonna take a while." And then as she said that, the elder looks at both of you, Saul and Gnarr, and says, "Maybe it's time you go check on your friends, basically, and see how they're doing. Trisvana and I will take it from here. She's very good at what she does, and that is taking information from other people, sometimes by force."
Okay.
And then
I'm going to assume the worst mind magics are at play here, so I want nothing to do with this. And Saul just nopes out of there. He's like,
do you say that out loud? Do you say that out loud?
Yes, he says it out loud.
And you see,
Saul has no social skills.
As you say that, Saul, you see Trisvana, this half-elf woman, look at you with a smile and gives you a wink, basically.
Yep, Saul just nopes out of there. He's like, "Yep, nope, want no part of this."
And then, before that happens, Sheena, Trisvana looks at you and says, "Maybe it's time we start our first training." And she looks to the elder and says, "Adro, this is one of my finest students. Her name is Sheena." As she gestures you, and you see this tortoise gives you a smile, Sheena, and gives you a nod, says, "Hello there, Sheena. Nice to meet you. I mean, I hope we could meet in a better circumstance than this, but my office isn't always like this. All the time, basically."
So I would nod to him and say, "I would also have wished for this to be under different circumstances." And then I look at Svana and I just say, "How are we going to proceed with this? Should we continue like this?" Because my first instinct would be, because I've been trained this whole time to, hone my natural skills, and I do have, the instinct to want to cure things. So it kind of perks my ears that she's saying about the whole, she knows how to get information, whether forcefully or not. So I kind of feel a little apprehensive again, but trusting of her that she's not going to go down the path of forcefulness. So I'm going to trust her up until now and say, I'll follow whatever you were doing as long as I feel comfortable.
And then
am I still there?
Yeah, you're about to leave, basically. Do you want to say something, Gnarr?
I heard her say cure, and I'm like, so if you specialize in cure magics, perchance could I offer you a couple gold for your services real quick?
As you say that, Gnarr, Trisvana looks at you, Sheena, and says, "Excellent, they need healing. With that being said, why don't you why don't you escort them to wherever they need to go to make sure that they don't die?" And then
Okay.
And as that happens, you hear this elder tortoise, and also make sure that they don't punch another noble in the face the next time they see someone. He gives a
Saul
laugh.
in the
One
background
time.
says that was Gnarr. I tried to stop him, but he threw me across the room.
You don't disrespect my party.
And as
I'm
you,
not
yeah.
laughing, just FYI, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
So I'm just quietly looking at the bantering between the two, and I kind of can tell that they've fought together for a while, or at least have some form of previous interactions, and I follow along. But I'm going to be looking back and gazing back at my teacher, because now I'm having some inklings of thoughts that maybe it might be a forceful in nature, the way that she gets this information. So I know now that she is capable of something that is harmful versus the healing, because our motto is with your magic build but never destroy. So to see that at play, it puts a little bug in my ear and says, okay, keep an eye out or keep an ear out. But I'll keep following along, and I'll heal these, the mage and Gnarr and Saul.
Okay.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can notice how she's feeling, or just
okay.
like her?
More like insight, basically.
Okay,
Insight.
so insight.
Roll insight.
Raw 14.
What you call, Sheena? Are you trying to hide what you're feeling right now?
Okay.
Are you trying to hide what you're feeling right now, or you're just
Are you going to, or are you just gonna openly show that you're a little concerned?
I think that I would be open at this point, because the more information I'm sharing and seeing, because I have a strong intuition. So if I know that Gnarr is, or have a feeling that he is interested in how I'm feeling, then I'm going to be open.
Okay. So you do, you do see this, Gnarr.
Okay. I'm gonna make some small talk then while we're walking back to the house.
Okay. So the what you call, the servant boy of the elder, the one that opened the door for you, Sheena, escorts you outside outside this building, as you see your mentor is about to grab the head of one of the tied people, basically, and looks at you with a smile and says, "Have fun." And then she just looks at it and says, and you see one of the tied people says, "No, please, I'm too innocent for this." And as the door closes, and then you guys leave, as you see Gnarr, Saul, there are 3 city guards, a cart, another cart with a gnome driver sitting there, smoking a cigar of some kind, and another cart that has bars on the windows, like some sort of cage for a prisoner of some kind. As you guys are walking outside the streets. So where are you guys going, basically? As Sheena is following you around, basically.
We're heading back to our house.
Yeah, we're heading back to Saul refuses to call it their house. He will always call it the bribe they were given, and will refuse to call it anything else.
Okay, so
Saul just shivers a bit, and he's just like, enchantment or illusion or whatever she's doing is like, at least evocation is honest. All that other mind magic stuff is kind of, you just see him shiver a bit.
Yeah.
At least evocation is honest. Jesus. As he holds both his spell book and his holy symbol.
Okay. So unless you guys wanted to talk while you guys walking, do you guys wanna say?
Yeah, I'll start a conversation.
Okay.
So I noticed, ma'am, correct? You are female, but I could as far as I can tell.
It's obvious. It's obvious, Gnarr.
Okay. I just.
Yeah, my nails are pink. I'm kidding.
Her body shape, basically. Her body shape. You know that manly dragonborns are more muscular in terms of scales. So, yeah, based on her form, you definitely tell she's female.
So, you are considerably larger than I've met of any dragonborn. That's not a bad thing. I was just noticing that that you don't seem to be combat proficient either. Maybe not physically, but though your physical form would denote that you could be. You were an interesting person.
Well, you be the first to tell me because I've never seen another of my kind.
Oh, that'll change tonight.
Yeah, that'll change tonight. Should we
He's got a
expect
roommate
more?
that's Dragonborn.
Yeah, should we expect more trouble, or are you a noble? Saul asked this plain. Are you
Nope.
a noble?
Nope, Sheena. Nope.
I did that
I'm
once.
asking the character. I'm asking her.
I'm
you a
letting her
noble?
know. Okay.
No, I'm not a noble. I was taken in by the School of Magic after my clan was destroyed.
Oh, okay. So your clan was already okay. So you just see Saul take down a note, and he's just like,
So
I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't suffered here, because both the nobles have had their families destroyed. Both Dragonborns have had both their clans destroyed. And Gnarr, you said you were kicked out and want to destroy your clan, or was it reform your clan?
I want to reform it. I was exiled because I was not a Tanaruk or an orc.
Okay,
Yeah, but
I
this is
honestly
weak.
just need to prove myself to my god. I'm feeling very weird
Our-
about me not being able to relate to any of this trauma all of you guys have.
Yeah. You don't know.
He just writes down on his notebook and just continues on, like what he's saying is normal.
Okay, so anything else?
Well, if I see him, can I respond?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. What's up?
Okay, so I see him writing down things. Like, I'm not really too concerned because if he's a magic user or whatever, I'm sure that there are things going on in his head like I would be doing. But I would just say, I really don't have many memories of that, so my clan is the magic school. Because I was taught of my dragon history, my dragonborn history, but that is all the information that I know of my clan. So if there is anything else that you would like to share with me, I'm very interested to know.
Oh well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty much a nobody. I studied hard, did some push-ups, and through blood, sweat, and tears, I managed to make an arcane bond with a god and became a arcane acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I'm nobody special. If you cut me with a sword, I die. If you take away my spell book, I can't cast my spells. Like, I'm nothing. Just Saul.
And what schools of magic are you familiar with?
That comment earlier is like, evocation is very honest. I'm very good at blowing things up.
Okay.
Nothing else. I'm sorry.
Okay, so as you guys...
Yeah.
Anything else?
I guess Saul asks her, are you more of a blow up kind of wizard or pacifist? Or because I know there's a specific member in our party who's more adherent to violence than
I'm
the rest
guessing you're
of us.
pointing at me.
No, I said no. There's a member of our group who doesn't like violence.
Oh, I misheard you.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like, I hear
There's three of
violence
us who are more okay with it due to the deity we worship, because glory and all that. I'm still attempting to follow glory and courage. I'm really bad at that. I am not going to lie. I'm a bit of a coward, but by definition, the cowardly are can display the most courage. But
Just
are
means
you?
have more to prove?
Yeah, it's just. Are you more of the? Are you more glory seeker? Or are you more of a? There's more ways than just killing things.
I would say I am lawful neutral, and the more that I experience, the more my natural abilities enhance. So where I'm naturally good at, that my teachers so far have been honing for me, is my abjuration, conjuration, and transmutation, because we have wizards of various backgrounds that take in certain students. if they see potential.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Saul just pauses and he's like, "That's a very methodical answer, and I understand that. But what about you personally? Are you abhorrent to violence? I understand the methodical answer. I would have answered similarly, but what about you?"
I've never seen violence. I've only been in these halls studying, and whatever violence that I've seen, it was probably through accidental happenstances, and I feel very vulnerable with you asking me that, because my natural dragon breath is not what I like to rely upon. I want to focus on my natural innate magic that I've been learning. So the control that I have over my cold breath has caused more damage than I would like to admit.
Okay, so then you and Nerissa will get along splendidly. Thank God there's another person who isn't just going to blow everyone up. Okay, Gnarr, okay, cool. There's not just three. There's not another murderer in their party. Thank God. As he celebrates with Gnarr.
Okay.
I follow the rules of the city to a T.
Gnarr, you punched the noble. And also,
Yes.
you got the fee wrong, Gnarr. It wasn't 10 gold. It was upwards to 100.
Do you say that out
Yes,
loud,
but you know
Saul?
what?
Saul, do
No,
you
wait.
say that out loud, punching a noble in the middle of the night? Do you say that out loud, as you said, punching a noble in the middle of the night in the street?
That noble no longer exists, so, it doesn't matter.
I mean, do you say it out loud? Because there's still people
don't know
passing
that.
by. They say
Oh,
that.
you're right. Saul doesn't know that. Heads up, Saul still has no personal skills whatsoever, so of course he's yelling this out loud.
Yeah, you're a bit surprised about this, Sheena, as people give you a weird. All of your group gives people around you give you a weird look, as you hear Saul, this monk man, say punching a noble, as they give you a weird look, basically, as people passing by. As you guys continue this dim streets. With that being said, we're going back to the half of the party, Angelica, Yenret, and Erwin. So, Angelica and Yenret, you're guarding outside the estate, while Nerissa is trying her best to take care of the kids inside the estate. And Nerissa, you hear one of the children talking to Mom Eza and says, "Is she naked? What happened to her clothes?" And then you see her Mom Eza just say, "Hush, hush, be nice." And you see them unpacking their bags and their things. And then you see Mom Eza approach you, Nerissa, and says, "Is this where you live?"
Please no, by the way, I did get a shirt from Gnarr, so I'm no longer showing up my bits.
You're not longer showing your bits, but your clothes are much more different from what they saw you before, so they know something, at least.
Something's up, yes.
Yeah, and they also saw you naked while you were in skunk form, basically. So
True.
So you see Mom Eza approaching while looking around. She asks you, says, "Is this where you live?"
This is kind of something that we were awarded for our valiant deeds outside the kingdom by the elder. This is only going to be a temporary stay for you as we locate a better place.
Yes, we don't expect you to take us all in. It would be a lot. We don't want to be any trouble for you guys. I know that you have, other things that you need to settle. We'll leave right as soon as you find us another place. We don't want to be a burden to any of you and your friends. And you must be very rich and powerful, considering you said the elder and you live in a very glorious, magnificent home. Probably that's the reason why you have the courage to talk to Mr. Hadran like that, huh? I would never have the courage to talk to him, considering he's more powerful than any of me and a normal townsfolk, just me. And she just looks at her hands.
Honestly, the only reason that I can talk to that noble that way is because of what I saw my father do so often to protect the people. If I hadn't seen him create that example for me, then I I wouldn't have known what to do, and I probably wouldn't have been able to stand here with you right now.
And then Miss Mom Eza, this woman, nods and says, "Okay, I guess we'll stay here for the night, and then if you need us to leave by tomorrow morning, we'll go find somewhere else to stay. Hopefully, we could find, not that no one's gonna take us in, but hopefully we could find someone."
No, you guys are perfectly fine staying here. We are also only guests in this house, but we are trying to also locate you a better homestead that isn't under the rule of Nicholson or,
Wait,
what's his name again?
Hadran?
Hadran.
Did you say Nicholson to Mom Eza? Yeah.
I would assume he's the greatest lord of this land.
Wait, you know Mr. Nicholson? Please tell me you don't have problems with him, because he's a lot
No.
scarier than Mr. Hadran, I believe.
I don't know him yet. I do have a meeting in the morning with him, though.
Oh. Well, I sure hope I'm not there to see it by the time that happens, because that's the last thing I want. I don't want to end up in jail, considering he's more powerful than Mr. Hadran. He's a merchant lord.
Why would you end up in jail?
Oh, I don't know. I'm with a group of people who punch a noble that works for Mr. Nicholson. So technically, I might get in trouble. Not that I don't want these kids to lose their only babysitter. I'm the only one they have. Their parents are no longer with them. She says that without letting the other kids know, in a more secretive, whispered way. And then before you can respond, you hear one of the little girls say, "Hey, Miss Eva, look, they have a tub, like those rich people use when they take a bath." And then she runs "All right, don't touch anything there, please don't." And she just walks. As you turn around, you hear you feel a tug, one of the tugs on your dress, Nerissa, as you hear this little girl looks at you, and you see this little black girl, black-haired human girl, the one that escorted you to the orphanage before, and looks at you and says, "Thank you," and she just gives you a smile.
Alright, so I'm gonna continue talking to Mama Eza and say, well, let's get them bathed up and taken care of. How do we do this? Do we do this like one kid at a time or a group of them? I don't know. I've never taken care of children.
And then one of them screams, "Group bath!" as all of them rush in the bathroom and Mama Eza looks at you and says, "You shouldn't have said that." And he just goes, to the bathroom with a sad look on her face as she is about to witness whatever crazy you guys are about to get into. With that being said, Yenret, I want you to roll perception check. You have an echo on your mic also. And then, Ernwin, I want you to roll stealth check.
Alright. I had a little perception, only 3.
Okay, you don't see anything. Ernwin, what did you roll? Unless you rolled.
I rolled a 13.
Better. Okay. So you managed to follow a cart basically, and at first glance you do see that the cart have kids in them, which you believe to be the children from the orphanage. As you follow them, you sneak past the city guards guarding the nobles district and into an estate. The second floor building with red roof, and then this stone walls, very fancy, has a balcony on the right basically, and has a fence gate that surrounds it with a small garden outside this estate mansion. And you see guarding, without noticing you see the Dragonborn, one of the members of the party that decided to mess with your former client that is probably no longer with you. So what do you do as you're one of the rooftop? I would say Up to you whether you want to stay on the ground or on the rooftops, basically, of the estate. As you have a message to relay.
I think I'll go down on like ground level. I'm supposed to be delivering a message to them, so.
Okay. So, do you appear right in front of Yenret? As this Dragonborn doesn't appear to see you just yet.
Yeah, I'll pop out. I'll make sure my hands are visible and empty.
Okay.
So I don't get jumped.
Okay. So Yenret, you see this wood elf, the one that works for Mr. Hadran, is now what you call the one that ambushed you and grabbed Mr. Hadran off the streets while you were being attacked, approaching you with his hands raised, and approaching you slowly. What do you do?
So I will try to stay calm.
Okay.
And look at him up and down and ask him, what are you doing here? How you dare to come to see us or to talk to us? What do you want from us?
Simply delivering a message. My former employer won't be causing you any trouble. And Mr. Nicholson himself has requested that you guys come see him at his office tomorrow night.
Why would we want to do that? You guys attacked us. We didn't do anything to you, and you guys attacked us while we were trying to do something right.
Yeah, that wasn't Mr. Nicholson's plan. That was... Looking at my notes, finding the name.
Hadran. Mr. Hadran.
Yeah, that was Mr. Hadran's, pea-brained, obviously, half-baked plan. I didn't really want to be part of it. I didn't shoot at you guys. I just was protecting the guy I'm paid to be here for, but that's not important anymore. He's been disposed of, I'll say. It's kind of gross.
Why would we trust you? You were hired by that man not only to do harm, but to harm us, but to harm those little kids. So why would we trust you? And I don't think that it would be a good idea for us to go and talk to this guy when we have you have not done anything right to us so far.
Okay, but have I also done anything wrong to you guys? I haven't stabbed anybody. I haven't shot at anybody. I'd like to think I've been somewhat of a bystander in all of these situations we've come across so far.
So you said that you have a message from this guy?
Yeah, he requested I let you guys know that he's inviting you to his place and he would like to talk to you. Trust me, I'm not here to cause any problems. Otherwise, why would I have walked out with my hands open?
I will have to talk to my party and see what they think about this. I am not saying anything. I'm not promising you anything. And I think that you should not be close to us. You better go away.
Well, I could, but I wasn't given any other orders other than, deliver the message. And I would like to make sure that everybody gets the message. So if you wouldn't mind me sticking around until I have something to bring back.
You do whatever you want to do. I will talk to the other guys in the party and see what they want to do. We will not talk to you and tell you our decision right now.
Okay, so as you guys are talking, that is the time where Gnarr, Saul, and Sheena arrives at the noble districts, and all three of you see another two. What you call Sheena? You see another two people, two individuals waiting outside this estate, this beautiful estate with the red roof, and then beautiful marble stone building, two-story building with that has a balcony on the right, has a beautiful fence gate. You start to realize that as you enter this part of the city, that this is where you would say the wealthy, pretty much the wealthy. It's pretty much like the Hollywood, basically Hollywood district. So bigger houses. The people here are more finely clothed compared to the one to the outside this area or district. You would see that there are more city guards guarding the area compared to the rest of the city. And with that being said, Yenret, I want you to describe your character as Sheena sees you, basically.
Yes. So I am Yenret. I am a dragonborn paladin. I was born here in this city, and this is my district. I used to live in one of these houses, but
no, Yenret, describe your character. Not describe what your character.
I think he's
looks
asking for appearance.
Yeah, appearance. So
Okay,
you
so-
still haven't seen them, but yeah.
okay, so I am a dragonborn paladin. I am 6 feet tall, about 200 pounds, and I am a silver dragon. So my scales are all silver, and I am a fighter, dragonborn paladin fighter.
Yeah, and Erwin, I want you to describe your character as well. Erwin? I think I lost Erwin.
I'm sorry, I was getting some apple cider. What I miss?
Describe your character.
I am a wood elf, about 5'10", tan skin, wavy blonde hair about down my shoulders. Typical leather armor you'd see on the more sneaky types. I've got a couple daggers and a crossbow on my hip, a backpack containing typical adventure-y stuff. I've look like I'm kind of fed up with the shenanigans that have been.
Erwin, describe your character as Sheena sees your character as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm a wood elf, a little bit darker than the average person, blonde hair, wavy down to my shoulders. I've got an adventuring backpack full of, all sorts of goodies with, like, torches. You see some weapons on my, hips. I'm armed to the teeth. And I'm sweating slightly, talking to this dragonborn that I know could probably kill me just by breathing on me.
Okay, so basically, Gnarr, Sheena, and Saul, you do see what you call this. You see Yenret, or Sheena, you see another dragonborn. I think this would be your first, and talking to this wood elf, basically.
Okay, so I'll just kind of. How far from them am I?
So basically, you're just arriving.
It's dark. It's nighttime, so I'm just trying to figure out how far I am from them.
So I would say you're about 20 to 30 feet at this point.
Okay.
So,
all right. So.
Yeah, Erwin, you do see you see the two members of the party as well as as well as a new character, a new dragonborn, basically joining them.
Okay, so I look at this new dragonborn, and and the wood elf kind of engaging in conversation, and I feel like I'm seeing things. You know, like maybe someone's playing tricks on me. So I approach pretty cautiously, kind of being aware of my surroundings. But I have these two people, and with the magic user, I feel a little bit more comfortable, and I feel like if there was something going on, he probably would tell me.
Okay.
So I kind of have a quizzical look on my face, and I kind of say very low to them so they can only hear me, and say, "What's that? What kind of thing is that?"
Saul, he just raises an eyebrow and he's like, "I'm assuming you're talking about the silver dragonborn?"
And I go, "Oh, that's a dragonborn too?" So I'm very curious.
He's just like, "Yeah, that's our party member. That's Yenret. She's a paladin. She's from the House of Prior Flame. She's a noble. She's the other noble that I told you about that also just recently had her clan and or house, you know, extinguished. Everyone seems to be having their close loved ones killed. So, you know, don't bring up any close loved ones or something, or keep them close to you or something. There seems to be a bad omen going around or some such."
Okay, and I go, "So when you say clan, I don't know that you mean other dragonborns." So I say, "Oh, so she has elves as her clan?" Like thinking that the elf
no,
that
she was oh, sorry about that. What's up? Sorry, what's up?
I'm just letting you know, like, she's like kind of trying to put two and two together and going, okay, so she, you know, Sheena's thinking, okay, so then this dragonborn grew up like me without other dragonborns, like I'm the only one kind of thing, and now she's not, and then now they found each other, so she's kind of excited.
Saul still looks at you like confused a bit, and he's like, "Oh no, I feel like there's a misunderstanding. She grew up amongst her kind. She's actually a noble amongst her kind. To give you a bit of backstory, her family, the Prior Flames, actually like owned most of the estates here, and you know, gathered taxes and had a lot of influence before, you know, their family was extinguished, as I'll put it, extinguished abruptly in fire, like yesterday."
Oh.
As you say that, as you say that, the other two of the party, Erwin and Yenret, what you call, not as you approach closer to them. So basically, Erwin, you see two of your the two members of the party that you can relay the message to, and Yenret approaches all of you, Gnarr and Saul, both of you, and says, he points to the wood elf. "He has a message for us," and he just looks at you, glaring at you, Erwin.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Nicholson would like to meet you guys. He sent me as a messenger, basically to say he's inviting you to his office and he would like to talk. No funny business, no children kidnapping, no murdering of guards or hired thugs. I'm not wielding my weapons, so obviously I mean you no harm. So I'm not lying.
Hey, Gnarr, what's your take on this? As Saul's very confused on what the hell's happening.
So, my thoughts would be on this that it sounds like you can't beat them, hire them. We were talking about this as a possible option where we were going to be sought out for a parlay versus being snuffed out. That already happened. It's definitely going to be something where there's going to be a attempt to try to keep numbers low. Unfortunately, We're at this point right now in the conversation where
Nerissa,
I think it's going to get louder.
Nerissa, as you're finished with dealing with the kids, helping Mom Ezas, this is happening, you do hear a commotion outside the estate as you hear Gnarr, Saul, voices talking to what appear to be another person, and you do see the wood elf, as well as another person, another dragonborn, just like Yenret.
Am I am I seeing this outside the window?
Yeah, you're seeing it outside the window, basically.
Okay. Since I'm still technically bathing the children, I'm just
No, you just finished baiting the children, basically. So as all of you leave with the children, and Mama Eza is just wiping them with a towel, basically, you do see this happening just outside the porch of the estate.
Okay, then I will talk to Mom Ezra and I'll be like, just excuse me for a brief moment, please.
She nods. She's too busy to look at you.
Okay, and I will start heading my way outside.
Yeah. You see Saul, Gnarr, and what you call Ernwin. You see Nerissa, as well as Sheena. What you see is Nerissa. Describe your character as well.
All right, so this almost humanoid woman begins to exit the house, only in what it looks like a t-shirt, and almost bloodied too. Her hair is pulled back, and you notice a white stripe through it, and she has two skunkish ears with a skunk tail that comes up. It's very poofy. One white stripe in the middle of it as well, and she's a little bit dark skinned and with orange eyes, and she looks over at you guys questioningly, and then over at Arwen and asks him, "Why are you here?"
Cool. Looks like everybody, I think. Mr. Nicholson is extending an invite to you guys. He'd like to talk to you. No shenan... I'm sorry?
He already did.
He's inviting you all again. No shenanigans this time. It's not the same dude that tried burning down the orphanage and kidnapping children. You won't be seeing him again.
I'm quite aware that Nicholson is not Hadran, considering he had a secretary come with you to speak to me.
That's right.
So.
Yes, yeah, correct. I'm just messenger boy this time. Not here sneaky, otherwise I wouldn't have walked out. If I was here on other business, I could have taken you out from the shadows and you wouldn't have seen me. So...
Considering how useless I am right now and weak, I mean, it would definitely be the best time for you to attack. So I'm not taking this necessarily as a great, approach or extension of kindness,
Okay, but I haven't attacked anyone here, so I'd like to think that speaks for something.
So can Sheena, since Sheena has some kind of, has a reliable gut, how does she feel about this?
You feel that there's a conflict between the party has a conflict with this wood elf. Look like they have some sort of dirty past. As you see the dragonborn, the other dragonborn is still glaring at this wood elf, basically, and Nerissa doesn't take kindly.
Okay.
So yeah. So,
okay.
I mean, I get it, guilty by association, but you know I'm just paid, right? Like, no hard feelings. I
We're
didn't.
all paid at one point of our life, but doesn't mean that if I get paid, I'm going to agree to kill children.
But did I kill children? I don't like getting my hands that dirty. Come on now.
It's only been 8 hours since we've talked last.
Yes, and what in 8 hours it has been, hasn't it?
She literally is covered in blood.
Yeah. And as you're talking, a city guard is now slowly approaching you guys. This young man, wearing armor and a red cape, approaches you guys and says, "Is there something wrong? What is this commotion about? Is there a problem here, people, gentlemen, ladies?"
No commotion. None at all. Just talking.
I smile at the guard and I'm like, no issue here. Just speaking with some terms with this gentleman here.
He nods. Okay. I'll leave you to it then. And then he just turns around and walks away.
Oh, what is it? So we'll talk to Sheena real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, Sheena. Quick question.
Shoot.
Well, why are you dragged into this? Don't quite understand this real quick, because I'm technically here because I was supposed to find a specific monk that was supposed to give me information that I desired, but you kind of came out of the blue. What is going on?
My teacher brought me into this, and because of my sore luck with my breath weapon and my innate ability for the forms of magic that I mentioned before, I'm wanting to find wizards and those particular magic users in those fields to help hone my skills, because I've already gone through so many of the professors now that they're concentrating more on other students. It's not specialized.
Ah, so you're an actual academic to heart then.
Yes. The more I learn, the better I am.
Heads up, just to tell you this now, the politics of the town are gonna get in the way of that, just so you know, as he like nudges towards Nerissa and Arnwin. This is just okay. Nerissa and Arnwin can just continue talking.
Mm-hmm.
I just say, is the guy with the pointy ears? Is he going to bring in more trouble? Because it looks like he's already started.
Erwin, you hear this?
Not start.
Oh wait, do you
not started?
Wait.
Just
Wait, Erwin. What you call? Sheena, do you say that out loud?
Only. I think close. I don't know how far we are. That's why I was like, distance would matter, but
yeah, you're close to it. You're now forming a group together, basically.
Yeah. Okay. I'm only Saul can really hear me. I'm responding to him directly. I don't want others to hear what I'm saying.
All right.
I just want his input because, like I said, I have a natural affinity towards magic user kind of people, so I'll trust their judgment and I have a good gut. So
okay, so I want you to roll stealth check. Erwin, I want you to roll perception.
say that one more time.
Roll stealth check, Sheena.
So
and add your... What modifier do you add at stealth, Armani?
Stealth?
Is it
Stealth
dex?
is dexterity.
Yeah, add your dex mod. So roll a d20, then add your dex mod, the +1. If you have a dex...
say that one more time.
Roll a d20, and then add your dexterity modifier, which is the plus above your dexterity in your stats.
Yeah, I have a 0 for dexterity.
Okay,
but
so-
I rolled a 17.
Okay, Erwin, roll perception.
my perception was only 14.
Okay, so you don't hear that. Okay, go continue.
Okay.
Well then I guess Saul would reply to the trouble comment, and he'd be like, sorry Sheena, everyone in this party's trouble.
And then I can just make the comment to him quietly again and just say, it looks like I have some mending of fences to do here.
Oh, hopefully you and Nerissa can work on that together. Please and thank you.
I acknowledge that I'm also bigger than everyone, and even though I'm intimidating looking, you know, it's a natural kind of, like the way that I see the wood elf already towards Yenret, the other dragonborn. I see that he has some kind of fear or natural fear of the bigger, badder thing, so I can, you know, I can flex if I need to, but it will just be from a distance. I can just do a glare, you know. And my one of the things I was going to say about my appearance, I have black opal eyes, and when, like, I don't know if you're familiar with the stone, but anytime I think it's like a mood thing too. So if I feel a certain way, they can do a different kind of thing. So like be brighter if I'm a little bit more scared, or brighter kind of thing. But nobody knows that except me. But eventually, I think the magic user Saul will eventually figure that out.
Okay. So Erwin, you have relay your message. It's up to you if you want to stay with them, or accompany them, or leave and go to Mr. Nicholson.
Yeah, I've delivered my message. I'll just hang around until I have something to bring back to him.
Okay.
Or until y'all decide to just go over, whichever comes first.
Alright, so as you guys are talking, everyone is still hanging around, listening to some, just waiting for a response, basically, to you guys as a group. Yenret is still glaring at you, Erwin, basically. He doesn't appear, and you do see that Yenret has her hands on her weapon, on the hilt of her sword, as she's looking at you, Erwin.
Well, I'm going to very pointedly just make sure I'm not reaching for my weapons, because I know I can just outrun pretty much everybody here anyways, so...
Okay. Go on.
Okay.
Well then,
I'm
I
on
guess, yeah, Saul just looks at the other one. He's just like, what is it? Oh no, I was talking with about Angelica and the secretary thing, because the secretary thing, what Yuri said, how secretary Yuri...
I've already confirmed our appointment.
Okay. So then... okay. So it was just like, okay, so now we have... Okay. What is your name, Wood Elf?
Arinwin.
Okay, Arinwin. Assassin, or what are you?
Hired help?
Okay, Gnarr, hired help wants to stay with us for the night. What the hell are we doing? Do I just blast him and make him go night-night for the night, or what am I doing?
I would prefer you didn't.
Yeah, but I can is the issue.
I very bluntly put it that I appreciate that you want to stay here for the night to make sure that we go to see your benefactor later, but you have to understand that we just recently got out of a conflict that left us all a little rough around the edges. So it would be in best interests for you to meet us halfway.
I like that, actually. Is there a halfway point we can all agree to meet up at? That's neutral ground and isn't just gonna be a horrible ambush where we all die?
I mean, hey, with me guys here on your side, I'm not beating down 6 people. I'm a decent fighter, but I'm not that good. And I'd be able to tell you if there's any ambushes waiting for you on our way there in the morning.
So can Sheena ask a question?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
All right. So how far away is it to this Nicholas person?
I would say, you see that
How far to walk? Like hours, minutes?
you should. I would say not more than an hour. Basically, you know that the offices basically were the merchant lords, considering that's what they're dealing here with. Considering they're dealing with the powerful people, you would know based on your knowledge, basically, that from the books that you've read, and from the history of the city, basically, that it's probably an hour more or less.
Okay. And everyone knows where this place is, right?
Are you asking?
I'm asking the group in general. You guys know where this place is, where this Nicholas guy is, right?
Yenret replies, "I do," basically.
Okay.
Nerissa technically made an appointment, right? Nerissa, or what actually happened with that?
Yes, I made an appointment with the secretary.
Gotcha. I wasn't there, right?
Nope.
No.
You did that. Okay.
So it's very strange that he also sent the hired help for it, but I think it's supposed to be a sign of good faith. But I'm not sure. I'm not good with this whole city thing. It's all very confusing. I've been just relying on Gnarr so far. Gnarr, you have any input?
Personally, my input would be that if the wheel's already in motion for us to arrange this fated meeting, we best be well rested for that meeting. If we need to be healed for what we have dealt with, that better be taken care of now.
So would I then?
Before we go to bed.
I think Sheena would probably offer up some kind of mending, seeing the shape that they're in, especially when you described that Nerissa's got blood and she's looking horrible, and I'm like, this girl needs some help. And plus my other
she's barely standing.
With, I feel like I would probably offer that up, and then just tell the wood elf, why don't I take care of them, and then you can meet us in the morning, if you so wish to escort us to the city, whatever, to Nicholas.
I mean, it's not that I need to escort you, it's just I was paid to deliver a message, and I've got nothing else to do tonight, so might as well hang around the only other familiar faces.
That is very odd thinking, but honestly, that is very odd thinking. Saul's just like, he's just tapping his foot, confused, but
okay, so
it could be worse.
Okay, so
Does
Sheena,
she feel like he's being deceptive?
Who?
Is she perceiving?
Who? Ernwin? Are you referring to Ernwin, the wood elf?
Yes.
Okay, roll insight, basically.
Okay. What is that? 19.
Are you being deceptive, Ernwin?
No, I just came out and said it. Mr. Nicholson paid me to deliver a message, and I don't recall being told to head back the same night, so...
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you get that feeling, basically.
Okay.
So do you apply healing to the rest of the other three?
Yeah, so I'll apply healing to them. Yeah.
Okay, so what spell do you use, basically?
I'm gonna use the
healing. Do you have healing hands? Or check your spell.
The cure wounds.
Okay, so let me read that.
It's
So I would say, for the sake of it, you do manage to cure some of their wounds. Not much, but
not all. Right.
Yeah, but enough to help, basically.
Okay.
As you guys are talking, you feel another tug, basically, Sheena, on your back, as you see a little girl with black hair looking at you. Says, "Are you a dragonborn?" You see this little girl looking up to you. This human little girl, basically somewhere around more or less 10 years old or younger.
Okay. And I say, "Yes, can't you tell?"
Whoa.
I spin around.
Can I touch your scales? She's just looking at you with with what you call shock, and as if she hasn't seen. I mean, she has seen Yenret, but she hasn't seen a different color dragonborn, basically.
I just reach out my hand and I let her touch the insides and outsides of my hand. Claw.
Yeah.
Claw.
And you also see another woman coming out. This one is somewhere in his, I would say, late 30s to early 40s. Brown hair, wearing robes. And you see rushing to you, Sheena, and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. She wasn't supposed to be outside. Lucy, I told you not to go outside. Come." "But she's a dragonborn. Look." Yes, come on. "I'm so sorry." As this woman looks at you, and she just drags the little girl inside the estate.
Okay, so then I feel like I felt in my own halls a little bit of fear, and I just kind of draw back and kind of turn my attention towards the party members there and look for a place to settle down.
Okay, so what do you guys do? Are you guys gonna go inside?
I
or?
think, yeah. So I'm gonna go inside after accepting some healing.
Okay.
And probably call it a night.
I would also prefer. Saul would also prefer to call it night, but he'd be like, "Darwin, you might want to find lodging in a different district. These are technically considered aristocratic type inns nearby, and that's 10 gold a night. I won't call you friend, but I'll call you. You won't be really an acquaintance, so you're something. I'll refer to you as something. So you might want to switch districts unless you're really willing to spend 10 gold a night."
When you know that you don't, what you call paying gold is not gonna be your problem, considering you can just use Mr. Nicholson's name, and they'll understand that you work for the person, basically.
Yeah, I don't foresee a problem getting lodging here in this district.
Yeah, I don't understand how any of that stuff works. God, I hate cities. As Saul just walks inside.
Your connections speak loudly.
Quick question: how much did we heal for?
Nerissa, what you call, Sheena, what level are you casting your cure wounds, basically?
It's bard level 1.
Yeah, so you're gonna cast it level 1 on each one?
Yes.
Okay, so roll, I would say 1d8. So
yeah,
roll.
it'll be 1d8 plus 3.
Yeah, roll 1d8. That would be a Sheena.
Yeah.
So roll 1d8 plus 3. And then let me know what you get.
I rolled a 4.
So plus 3, that's 7? Or that... Is that right? 4 plus 3?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so you all get... I would say... you all get 7 hit points back. And yeah, basically. And in terms of spell slots, I'm not sure if you're aware of that, Sheena. You remove 3 levels. Correct me, Armani, if this is how this works.
Yeah, it'll be 3 level 1 spell slots.
Yep.
It's just that it doesn't matter much because we're going to be sleeping for the night,
yeah.
so then everything's restored when we wake up.
Yeah, so yeah. Alright,
Pretty much.
Alright, so I would say for the sake of this, Ernwin, where do you plan on sleeping? Are you gonna stay outside and sleep on a chair outside?
No,
Where?
I mean, I can probably go find a room. I mean, I'm an elf. I don't need that much I don't need any sleep technically. I just gotta sit there and meditate for 4 hours.
Yeah, I would say you meditate outside the estate, basically, and all 4 of you, or should I say all 5 of you, including Yenret, goes inside. Yenret doesn't take her eyes off of you, what you call Erinwin, as she is still glaring at you as you guys basically go inside and call it for the night. So I would say, I would say roll back your hit dice, your spell slots recovered, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Right before Saul goes to sleep, you said this was like a well-furnished house, right?
Uh-huh.
What is it? No, never mind. He just goes to bed. Never mind. I'll just go buy a diamond in the morning.
So, Gunk's literally just going to face dive into an unoccupied couch, since most of the beds have been taken by children.
I mean, they don't occupy they don't occupy all the beds because Mama Eza feels bad about that. They do sleep in the living room basically, and with a bunch of blankets that Mama Eza managed to procure back in the orphanage and some pillows. They managed to make a makeshift bed space basically. So they do not occupy the second floor where the beds are. They do occupy the entire living room with just a bunch of.
I'm still going to sleep there just because I'm more comfortable being around lots of people.
Okay, so you do sleep
That's
there.
okay.